Today we are going to make tweenable body parts and learn how to rig them. I recommend keeping a dock with your character coats. I learned this trick from Beowulf, of putting your character on a gray background to get clean lines. Video link in the description. Make sure to take a picture of your whole OC for reference later. Now we are going to separate the head from the torso. It is recommended to have another device or reference if possible to see original positions. Then we'll remove the features one by one and add them back one by one and take screenshots, just like I am doing here. You are going to do this for the torso or the body as well. Make sure to remove the legs and arms. Now for the arms and legs, you will just take pictures of them together. Both arms and both legs. Once you've done all of that, you're gonna go to Ibispaint X and import the photo you took of your whole OC. The OC will be used as a reference for the arms and legs since the rest of the parts are already in place. You can import your layers one by one like me or all together. Go to the magic wand tool, the stick with a star, click the cogwheel and set the settings the same as mine. Tap the gray area and make sure you have all the spaces filled. Make sure you clear the layer twice to clear any leftovers. Now you're gonna do the same process for all of your layers. If you use the same outline color for all clothing items like me, you might have to use the eraser tool on some. For the face, if you have light-skinned characters and white scaras, then you'll have to draw around them on the selection layer. If you want extra movement like this video I posted, make sure you split the torso in half, so there's the top half and bottom half. The chest and hips. Make sure you put the layer you're trying to match to the reference on 50% opacity. Don't forget to change the layers so they appear correct as well. And now you can just download them and import them into whatever editing app you use, and they'll be in the same position. This part of the video is an Alight motion rigging tutorial. Import all the PNG layers you just saved. I like to name my layers so I don't get confused on what layer I'm on. When you're done, I'll teach you how to rig and parent. I recommend finding layers that are on top of another or overlapping for this part and make them invisible. This is the parenting button. It makes movement easier for tweening, though it's for premium members only. If you currently have Alight Motion Premium, want it but can't afford it, or it's too expensive. If you have an iPhone, you can go to the subscription settings and change it to a cheaper option, like how I'm showing you. The cheapest option is 99 cents for a week. Try at your own risk. If you do not parent or cannot parent, all you have to do is some extra movement when tweening your body parts. If you are parenting, majority of the layers will be attached to either the torso or the head. Attach the arms to the shoulders and the legs to the thighs, and hair accessory will be attached to the hairpiece that it sits on. Do not parent the torso to the head, the torso will remain parentless. But do parent the head to the torso. Now I'm going to tell you what pivot points are, what they do, and how to use them. To access the pivot points, you're going to tap this button once if it's already selected or twice if not. Pivot points are like the joints on your physical body, the layer part will move depending on where the pivot point is. So for each layer you'll have to put the pivot point where each part is supposed to move. Do as I am doing in the video. Sometimes layer pivot points will be where its parented layer ends, like the arms and the shoulder or the leg and the thigh. If you cannot see where the layer ends, make the layer you are correcting invisible, and then move the pivot point. The head pivots at the neck and the torso will pivot at the pelvis, or the very bottom of the torso. If you are confused where pivot points should go, use your own body as an example. Any clothing item pivot point should be in the middle, including hairpieces if you have them on the same layer. If you have hairpieces on separate layers, then the pivot point should go on the top or wherever the start is of the layer that aligns with it. If your face is a separate layer like mine, then the pivot point will go in the middle. That's all for this tutorial. If you found this helpful, let me know by liking, subscribing, or even commenting. If you want to see any other tutorials, feel free to give me a recommendation.